Folks, we got a packed show tonight. We're going to do picks. We're going to talk about the playoff brackets. We have a guest picker who's going to try to outpick Coach Brew. He failed last year, but we'll give him another shot.
Always give him another shot.
Before we get too far in, Coach Brew, today's Veterans Day. I know we want to thank the women and men who have served this country. Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. Every year, Veterans Day is certainly a very special day. All the men and women that served for this country, I cannot say thank you enough. It's always the day after my birthday, so I always know when it's coming up. And we had an awesome Veterans Day parade in Zachary today, and all the school kids got out to see it, and it was pretty cool. It was a great day, and just want to say thank you to all the veterans out there for your service to this country.
All right, Coach Brew, it's playoff time. Little nip in the air, the leaves are changing, little breeze. Tell me how the Broncos have looked.
Well, I can always tell you how things are going to go when the playoffs get here by that Sunday walkthrough that we have every year. This group of kids acted just like every other group of kids I've had for 12 years here in Zachary. Week 11 just means something different around here. The postseason just means something different around here, and preparation so far has been great. I'm excited about it. Walked out of my house to get in my car, my truck today, a little ice on the windshield. Oh, you gotta love it. Now it'll be 85 by Friday and Saturday, but at least we got a couple cool days out of it, football weather.
All right. Let's just jump in. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so the brackets are here. We're going to get Coach Brew's picks. Jack Leva, listen closely. All right, so Ruston has a bye. They are the 1 seed.
Right.
Westgate and Airline.
Hold on, we went off. Okay.
Check.
Hold on, we lost everything.
Quick break. All right, we are back. So, Ruston has a bye.
Yep.
Westgate and Airline.
Wow.
16 seed and the 17 seed.
Where is that game?
At Westgate.
Holy smokes, man. Right off the bat. I wonder what Jack Leva's thinking on this one right here. At home, I'm going to go with the Tigers, the Westgate Tigers at home. At home. So they're the 16 seed. Okay, yeah.
16 seed.
Going to Westgate.
All right. The 9 seed Terrebonne versus the 24 seed Natchitoches Central.
Right. I've seen Terrebonne play once. I'm going to go with a pretty good football team.
All righty. The 8 seed Southside and Prairieville is in the 5. How long have they had a program, Coach?
2 years. Second year.
That's pretty impressive.
Second year. My boy Mike Schmidt holding down the fort.
That's right. He was a Catholic high grad,
That's right.
right?
That's right. We played ball together. Yep.
He's the 25 seed.
Cow. Southside's running attack is vicious. Mike, I love you, brother, but I got to go with the Sharks. They're playing in, what do they call that stadium, that new stadium at Southside? The Reef. They're going to the Reef.
Because so the Sharks.
Prairieville, what are they, the Hurricanes?
Hurricane.
The Hurricanes are going into the, I would have called it the Shark Tank if I had that job, but they got to go play on the Reef. I'm going with Southside,
Before we leave though, 2 years.
How about it?
And he's in the 5A playoffs.
Yeah, he got three district wins this year. Yeah. He went 3-2 in district. He did a great year, man. Great.
So he went to Catholic. I know he was in Texas. He coached in Pennsylvania,
Colorado.
Man, he gets around, huh?
Yeah, he did a good job up there in Colorado, and then get the job down here. He had a little fun fact about him. He was he got named the head coach of Buras High School, and was on the eve of coaching his first game there, and Katrina blew in and destroyed the entire school, and that's when he moved out of state. Yep.
All right. Our next game, the 5 seed, District 4 5A, the Central Wildcats versus number 28, the Dutchtown Griffins.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Central Wildcats on that.
All right, so far you're picking all the high seeds.
Yep.
You're living on the edge here.
Yeah, right.
East Ascension versus West Washita.
I'm gonna tell you now, that is an interesting matchup right there. What are the seeds on that?
12 and 21.
EA is a 12 seed.
Yes, sir.
West Washita comes down south again, 2 years in a row in the first round of the playoffs. Man. That's a tough call right there. It really is. I think the jambalaya is going to be flowing in Ascension Parish. I'm going to go East Ascension right there.
Goes with the Spartans.
Yep.
All right, I'm not even gonna. We'll come back to the Zachary game, but I'm pretty sure I know who you're picking on that one.
Right.
Denham Springs has the bye, so
Right.
the winner of Zachary Salmon goes to Denham Springs. Now we get to the other bracket. Destrehan, they're the 3 seed, they have a bye. And here you go, Coach Brew. You told me earlier, the team to watch. Washita, the 14 seed versus Santa Ma, the 19 seed.
Going with the Washita Lions on that one right there.
All right.
In Monroe.
In Monroe. Next one, heading back
I'm
south.
gonna have to wait another year. Do what?
Heading back south for the next one, Hallville, the 11 seed versus Slidell. Any upsets there?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Going with the Slidell Tigers.
Whoa, that is a bit of an upset. All right. Parkway versus Covington. Parkway, the 6 seed. Covington, the 27 seed.
Parkway's playing really good football right now. I'm going to go with the Parkway Panthers up in North Louisiana. Bossier.
All right, we got another north versus south. Northwood Shreve, the 7 seed versus Barb, the 26 seed.
Yep. Northwood in that one.
All right. South Lafourche. Boy, that's gonna be a long trip from South Lafourche. Was it Booty down there? Or?
That is in Cutoff.
Oh yeah, the Rose Cutoff. So they're gonna go from Cutoff all the way up to West Monroe.
Oh wow, that's a bad matchup right there for them. That's a long ways to go from down to Bayou. Going with the Rebels.
All right, he's got the Rebels.
Yep.
The Thibodeau Tigers back in the playoffs against the Skippers from Mandeville. That's a 15 versus an 18 seed. Who do you like?
I'm telling you, that's a really interesting game right there. Thibodeau's hosting a game in the playoffs.
Thibodeau is hosting a playoff
They haven't
game.
had a winning record in like 6 or 7 years, I think.
They had a good season.
What's the new coach's name? Narcisse. Lowell Narcisse. You remember that name? Lowell
St. James?
Narcisse. Yeah, St. James, I think, right? Yeah. He was a quarterback, being left-handed quarterback. Last year he took Ascension Catholic on a deep run. left there, took the job at Thibodeau, and he's just totally turned that entire program around. And I'm going to give him a playoff win right here. Thibodeau Tigers.
All right. Well, Coach Brew, we've got your picks.
Hold on, I got to change.
Oh, what?
I got to change.
You going to go back to a
change,
favorite?
Check change. The 16-17. I'm changing my pick there.
You going to go with the airline?
I think Airline is going to come down south and get the win at Westgate. I think that's, the more I think about it, playing a really good district up there, then they can absolutely score a ton of points. It's a matter of whether or not they can slow Westgate down or not. So I'm changing my pick.
All right. Before we bring Jack up here, Coach.
Yeah.
Well, you took $200. That's pretty legit.
Yeah.
That was not a conservative pick.
No doubt.
Let's talk about the team that's coming to Broncos Stadium on Friday.
Yeah.
Salmon's the district champ. Beat Show-Salmen last week.
They did. The Show-Salmen Spartans certainly had some great runs with Coach Bill Suggs as their head guy down there. They won a couple of titles, beat Curtis in the finals a couple times. They are a typical Show-Salmen team. They came and played us 2 years ago at the Corral in the first round. Very athletic football team. Can't let them get those horses rolling because they got some really good athletes. They are led by a quarterback that is he's dynamic to watch. He really is. You can't let him get out of the pocket and run around because he makes a bunch of plays. Chalmette was winning that football game 24-14 with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game. Okay? Wow. Show-Salmen got the ball back on their own 10-yard line. Drove it down the field. He made not one running play. He scrambled, throw it, scrambled, run it, scrambled, throw it. Gets them all the way down the field. Touchdown, extra point. Kick an onside kick, get it. And then drove it down to about the 15 or 20-yard line. They ran a sprint out pass with the quarterback. He tucked it and made about 5 guys miss and walked in the end zone. And they came back and won that game. Now, what an incredibly important game for Chalmette. Chalmette wins that game, they're in the playoffs. They lose that game, they go home. You're winning by 10 points with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go and lose it. It's got to be really tough for the Chalmatians down there, no doubt. I think Show-Salmen was the only team in that district to make the playoffs. Certainly a talented team. We only have one common opponent. We lost to Liberty. They beat Liberty. So that's our only common opponent.
Ought to get your attention.
I've mentioned it maybe once or twice this week. It's one of those things, I mean, like we got a formidable opponent coming in here for week 1. And in an interesting scenario, if you look at that bracket right in front of you right now, if we're lucky enough to win this football game, next week is a guaranteed road game.
Yep.
You follow that up. Central's playing good ball right now. Guaranteed road game. If you win that game, you got the number 1 seed. Guaranteed road game. So there will be one playoff game this year played in the Bronco Corral, and it will be Friday night this week. So, unfortunately, in the past, our crowds have been a little smaller on the first round playoff game. They just want to come check us out a little bit later on in the playoffs. This will be the one and only opportunity to catch the old Broncos in the Corral this playoff run. So certainly going to need that support from the faithful there to come on out and let's get it done. Grayson, I need you, you got to be beating the streets between now and Friday, baby. You're in charge of that. You got to get them done. Get Mr. Pee-wee to send that cart thing they got at the city, pick you up, drive you around the city, let everybody know when they got to be on time, and let's go have some fun. Get a little tailgate action going on beforehand, and let's get some people in there and let's have some fun.
Well, and get the win this week. It's not unprecedented for a Zachary team to go on the road after winning the first round and win a state championship.
You all right?
It's been done.
We have certainly set a precedent early on about being able to do that. I'm just excited. I'm excited about the playoffs. I love when the temperature changes. I love when the intensity level goes up. I love when practices just mean a little bit more. And we're certainly in the middle of that right now.
So Brew, you just laid out a scenario for the next couple of weeks. Some schools and some teams we've seen. Denham Springs in the scrimmage.
Right.
Central during the district. What's it like to play a team like Salmen that hadn't seen them in a couple of years? It's kind of exciting to see, kind of different brand of football, different district, different folks.
It's not a typical traditional team that we play year in and year out. So to be able to line up with somebody like that, get some new blood, and go against somebody different, that's a lot of fun. On the flip side of that, if you're fortunate enough to win that game, you know that you have the opportunity to go line up with somebody that you started the season with and win a scrimmage and have an opportunity to play those guys again. So, like I said, man, it's just an exciting deal. I love the playoffs. I love the feeling I get every day walking out to practice, knowing that it's survive and advance, or it's don't get it done and turn your stuff in, right? I love that scenario because that adds a little bit of pressure to everybody. And you know what they say about that pressure stuff, right? It causes some to break, and it causes some to break records, right? And hey, it is what it is, right? So I'm excited about it.
All right, we're going to take our first break. Before we do that, when we come back, Jack, get away from the bar. I'm going to need you to do picks after this. But before we go to the break, Farm Bureau, Player of the Week and Coach of the Week.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. One of our running backs, Tyleek Lewis, will be coming up. And look, Tyleek loves the microphone now. He is fired up about being in front of this microphone, right? So Tyleek has been a hell of an addition to our program this year. Awesome kid, trains really, really hard. He's got close to 800 yards rushing on the season with 14 touchdowns. Had 80 yards and a touchdown the other night for us, and he's just been super steady for us as far as the season is concerned. And he's a great teammate. Our kids love him, and we're excited for him to be the Player of the Week this week and get to hear from him when he comes up here. When he gets finished up, his position coach, Coach Cleveland, will come up here. Coach Cleve, lucky enough to have two hammer running backs, right? So this will be his second visit to the Brew Show and be able to talk about another one of his running backs. So we're excited about that and can't wait to hear those guys get up here and talk.
All right, we're going to take a break. Jack, migrate on down. We're going to get your picks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Jack Laver. For those of you who don't know, hey, good clap. Let me tell you all about Jack Laver. On the football broadcast, how many years have you been on the broadcast, Jack?
Since we started, I'd like the second year. The second year you guys did it is when I jumped in.
So over 10 years, Jack has been the sideline reporter for the football game. So he has an interview before the game, and if things are going well, an interview at halftime of the game. So Jack does that whether it's raining, Scotlandville several years ago.
Yeah.
Whether the wind's blowing and it's cold, or whether it's just hot. So last year Jack did picks against Coach Brew. He has notes, folks. Jack Laver prepares. All right, Jack, so let's just go through it.
Let's do it.
We got Westgate and Airline. Coach Brew, he is going with the upset. What say you?
I have Airline.
Oh, man. Jack, you like the upset, too. Any reason?
I like the Vikings.
He likes the Vikings. All right, so then we go to the Tigers of Terrebonne versus Natchitoches Central.
One of 6 Tigers. I'm going with the Tigers, Terrebonne.
Good job. Back to the Tiger theme. All right, Southside and Prairieville.
Well, Prairieville's a great story, but Saturday morning they'll be turning in their equipment.
Okay, Sharks to win. Central and Dutch.
Really?
Jack went to Central, y'all.
Really?
Central and Dutchtown. Who you like, Jack?
I like the Wildcats all the way to round 3. That's where it ends.
I may do picking. I may pick against y'all, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick against Central every week because I went to Zachary.
I know.
All right, so you picked Central. East Ascension and West Washita.
I'm like Coach Brew on that one. I think the jambalaya will be in full force.
Okay, it's usually at this point, Jack, where I go, hey man, you got the same picks as Coach Brew. We're there right now. But let's keep going. Zachary Salmon, you better pick Zachary. Is that in your thing?
I got him.
Okay, just checking. Destrehan. Okay, Washita and Santa Ma. Santa Ma has a long history of road playoff games. Do you think they break the streak this year?
I do.
Whoa!
I got them STA marked on here.
Jack with Santa Ma.
They got a Babin at quarterback for like the 20th year in a row. I don't know where they're getting them from.
Crowder, we're going to have to ask you about that.
Am I right or wrong?
Those Babins.
Hunter, am I right? I mean, it seems like every year there's a Babin at quarterback. Yep.
If Santa
It was a
Ma
grandpa,
wins,
a dad, and now a son, and then a grandson. Oh, my goodness.
we're going to call that a Jack Leva special if Santa Ma wins.
Yep.
Honville and Slidell.
Slidell.
All right. Both you and Brew are picking an upset. That's an 11 seed versus a 22 seed.
But see, I had mine picked before I got here. I didn't know how Coach Brew was.
Well, that's okay.
All right.
But still, both of y'all are picking a pretty low seed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We'll see what happens. Okay, Parkway and Covington.
Parkway.
All right. Northwood, Shreveport, and Barb.
I have Northwood. I'm not very impressed with the Buccaneers anymore.
Okay.
Baseball school.
West Monroe and South Lafourche.
Rebels.
He goes with the Rebels. All right, your last pick, the Thibodeau Tigers versus the Mandeville Skippers.
I'm going with the Skippers.
Ooh, Jack with his second upset special.
There we go.
All right, so Jack, you and Coach Brew disagree on Washita and Santa Ma and Thibodeau and Mandeville. Next week, right here, we'll check them out and we'll pick the regional round.
Winner advances, huh?
Winner advances. All right, folks, we're going to take a break. When we get back, your Farm Bureau Player of the Week, Tylee Lewis. All right, folks, we have no questions for Coach Brew. 0. Miss Diane, do you have any prizes? Miss Diane's got prizes, and we have 0 questions. Let's get some questions in for Coach Brew. Before we do that, we're going to talk to our farm. There you go. Well done. Our Farm Bureau Player of the Week, Tyleek Lewis. Guys, I love it. First question. Tyleek, what's your grade point average?
I have a 3.8.
I don't think people heard you. One more time, Tyleek.
3.8.
That was a 3.8 grade point average. All right, Tyleek, you got some folks here. You want to introduce folks that come here to see you tonight, be Player of the Week?
I have my grandma, I have my granddad, and I have some of my teammates.
All right, you want to call out some of those teammates?
Jaden Brown, DJ, KB, Graydon, Tucker,
Christian wants you to call his name.
KB. I have Jace, Tyson, Kirby, Cole, and that's all I see.
All right. So you moved to Zachary this year.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been playing football?
I've been playing since first grade.
First grade. Was it good coming here to Zachary? Did you like playing football here in Zachary?
Yes, sir.
All right. You want to talk about your offensive line? They kind of help you a little bit, don't they? You want to give a shout out to them for making some big holes?
They helped me a lot.
All right.
About my O-line, I wouldn't do none of the stuff I'm doing right now.
How much is a lot? Last week, 80 yards and a TD for the season. 122 carries, 722 yards, and 14 touchdowns. So Tyleek, you got another running back in the backfield with you, Jeremy Pack. Do you like having the ability to get a little rest and y'all working back and forth?
Yes, sir.
Finishing runs. You seem to get towards the end of a run. You like to drop that shoulder and dish out some punishment, don't you?
I love dropping my shoulder.
All right. And that comes from a long career playing running back, right?
Yes, sir.
Where'd you play last year?
I played with Steven.
So within a year, you have learned to quickly drop that shoulder, huh?
Yes, sir.
Let's see what else. You're new to Zachary. Have these guys made you feel welcome? Have you enjoyed being part of the Zachary community?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, the toughest question, he didn't want me to, I'm going to ask you. Did you like defense when you played it better, or did you like offense better? Because you used to play defense, right?
Yes, sir. I like playing offense better than defense.
Why so?
I just feel more comfortable playing offense.
All right. Now, the toughest question I ask everybody, you've only been here a year, what has been your favorite moment at Zachary so far?
My favorite moment is, I would say, Scholarville game when I had 140 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns.
All right. I think Scotlandville would say that was their worst moment for you being here at Zachary. But you got plenty more. You're just a junior.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any thoughts on the game this week? You excited?
I'm very excited.
Did you feel the energy, the change when Zachary gets into playoff season?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else you want to mention to folks to let them know about our Player of the Week?
No, sir.
All right. A man of few words, but a lot of sirs. You got to love it. Y'all done good. Tyleek Lewis. All right, we're starting to get some questions in. We need more. We'll take a short break. When we come back, Coach Cleve. Farm Bureau Coach of the Week, Coach Kendall Cleveland. For those of you who come here often, this is his second time this year.
Yes, it is.
You got some pretty good running backs, don't you?
Yeah, I have a good duo. I have a couple more in the stable too. So.
Well, let's start with Tyleek. Talk about Tyleek and what he's meant to the program.
I think it's like Coach Brew said, Tyleek has been a great addition to the team. He come in, he fits right in with the guys, and he's been a great compliment to Jeremy. So that really stood out to me. They have a great relationship, and they feed off each other, and they help each other out during the game, and it's a pleasure to watch them during the game.
So when he came here, did he want to play wide receiver?
Not that I know of.
Okay, because he said he was a wide receiver in Texas.
I don't think when he walked in the door, I don't think he had a choice. I think we had heard he was. Fun fact: the district that he came from in Texas, I have one of my best friends, Robert Toomer. I don't know if you remember Robert Toomer, but he played running back with me at LSU. But he coaches in the district that he came from, and I gave him a call and got the information on Tyleek, and we already knew about him before he came. So that was a real big help having a friend out there.
Talk about Texas football. You grew up, you played Texas football.
Yes, sir.
It's a good brand of football.
Yes, sir. It's big games every night, big stadiums every night, stadiums filled to capacity, small towns, big towns, all over. So it's just a different brand of football.
All right, so you got thunder and you got lightning.
Yes, sir.
What's the thought process? It's time to get Jeremy in. It's time to get Tyleek in. Is it kind of is it a vibe or?
I think it's Tyleek. He softens the defense up for Jeremy, and Jeremy does a little slash. Yeah, and Jeremy does a little slashing and dashing. So I think that they, like I said, they complement each other well.
Is it safe to say that they run, it's not like there's a certain set of plays that are Jeremy plays and certain set of plays that are Tyleek plays?
No, they actually, believe it or not, they have some of the same skill sets when it comes down to it. Tyleek's a little bigger, but Tyleek can catch the ball out the backfield. He can run with the football. He's a great blocker. And Jeremy, he's a little smaller, but he can catch the ball out the backfield. Blocking wise, he doesn't have a problem picking up blitzes, so they have a lot of the same skill set, believe it or not.
Well, you mentioned something, picking up blitzes. We see him running the touchdowns, and we see him breaking into the open field. We see Tyleek running over people, but they don't get on the field if they can't block.
Oh, right? No. Blocking is a big part of our offense, so if they can't block, then they don't get on the field. That's a big part of it.
And both of them good blockers?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you've been at Zachary
16 years.
So Coach Davis has been here.
Coach Davis been here 22, 23 years.
So he's the old man.
Yeah.
You're next.
Well, age-wise, I'm older, but because I was in Texas for 7 years, so. But yeah, he's the old man around here.
All right, so in addition to football, you coach track.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about how important it is for people like players like Tyleek and others to work in track and work on their speed and to compete in track.
Well, I think track, like you said, helps with their speed. It also helps with being competitive. Track is a more individualized sport, so just having that competitiveness as far as individualism, I think helps them out when it comes back to football. I think that track adds a lot of skill set that helps them out in football.
All right, so you encourage our wide receivers or DBs,
wide receivers,
or running backs?
running backs, all of them. I mean, even linemen with the we got linemen that do the shot put and discus. We have quarterbacks that can throw the javelin. So, I mean, football and track, you know, they could go hand in hand.
Did you do track in high school as
Yes,
well?
sir, I did. I ran the 100, 200, did the high jump, long jump. I actually won state in the long jump my senior year.
How far?
24 feet, 4 inches.
Wow.
And when I had Kenson Tate,
Yep.
we always went back and forth, and he always, Coach, I'm gonna beat your record, I'm gonna beat your record. And his senior year, he went 24-10, so he was always trying to beat the record. And then in the high jump, I did 6'10" as a sophomore. So
You did 6'10"?
yeah, as a sophomore.
A running back did 6'10" as a sophomore.
And I was only 6 foot tall. It was amazing to see. But I had to do it. It was like I said, it was individualized sport. It was the regional meet, and it came down to the last jump, and I had to make it or I was going home, and that was to go to state. And I got to state, being a sophomore, I kind of had nerves, so you know, I ended up 4th in state, but at regional meet I went 16.
Gee whiz. So when you got to LSU, did the track coach ever try to say, hey?
I ran track. I was on the track team my freshman year, and I pulled my hamstring.
Oh, and the
during
football
spring.
coaches said stay away from
Yeah, and
that.
so I never did it after that. But all I did was long jump.
Okay.
I actually got to work with, I don't know if you remember Dan Path. He would coach the Canadian sprinter. I worked with him for a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So you've been here all these years. Your greatest moment at Zachary.
Oh, man. Greatest moment? Probably West Monroe, the semifinal game in, I can't remember if it was 2017.
17.
It was my birthday. We won that semifinal game on my birthday. I think that was probably the
Nice.
yeah, December 3rd. I think that was probably one of the most special moments I had is that. And then we went on to win state that year, so that was probably one of my greatest memories.
Okay. Last question. Why is Zachary the greatest place you've ever coached?
I think, like I said last time, it's great community. The community backs you, gets involved, and we have great kids to work with. The parents, you know, are outstanding. It's just a great place to live and a great place to teach and be every day.
Farm Bureau Coach of the Week, Coach Kendall Cleveland. All right, let's get some more questions in to ask Coach Brew, or else I'm going to make somebody else do picks. Tyler. 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 Going once. All right, come here, Tyler.
Tyler Franklin.
Tyler Franklin. Oh, man. Go around that way, Tyler. Go around the other way. What you got for him, Miss Diane?
Oh, yeah. Getting hooked up.
Coach Brew, can I make a prediction?
Yeah.
Tyler's number is 56.
No?
Coach Brew, can number 56 run the ball?
Sure.
Okay. Well, that was his question.
Legally, yes. Number 56 can run the ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever given him the opportunity in kind of that wildcat formation?
Right. Right.
I'll take that as a no. All right, got a couple of questions. The first one, with the new districts, word on the street is Carr has a bye week next year. Any chance we do a home and home?
With who?
Carr.
I don't know. Are they officially out of the Catholic League now, or what's the deal with that?
I don't know. I just heard that they got a. Question is that the assumption is that they have a bye week next year. Any chance we can do a home and home?
I spoke with Coach Bryce Brown of Carr. I spoke with him, I don't know, probably a month ago or so. And the week that we had open, they were not open. And the week they had open, we were not. So we've actually already talked about that, and schedule didn't line up right.
I love it though. We tried.
Oh yeah, we talked about it. That game needs to happen at some point down the line.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Next question. Will we have a week 4 opponent next year?
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Looks like it's going to be the Liberty Patriots in week 4. They're no longer in the district.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Did we pick up any teams in the district?
Yeah. Denham Springs, Live Oak, Walker. New district will be those 3, and Catholic, Zachary, Central. And then in the other district will be the 4 Ascension Parish schools, Liberty, Woodlawn. Scotlandville goes down to 4A.
Any idea why they decided to do it that way?
Because that would have left them with 7 teams in that one district and 5 in ours. So they wanted to make it 2 16 districts.
Had to keep all the Livingston Parish guys together to do their thing, huh?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Next question. Here's a good one. How important is it to get a first round bye? Have we ever had it?
We've never had one. No. I think it's important if you're in a situation where you got some nagging injuries and trying to get healthy right before the playoff run, and may come into play. But you take a team like Denham Springs, who is playing really, really well right now. I don't think I would want to buy them. You know, I want to try to keep playing. But no, we've never had a bye before, and it's worked out pretty well for us. So, you know, it is what it is. I like more games, to be honest with you. I like more playoff games. Get a chance to just kind of get things rolling in the playoffs and make a lot more money for the program and everything else. So I don't like byes.
A question that came up on the broadcast last Friday. What's the highest seed we've been in going into the playoffs?
We were a top seed in 21.
Okay. I thought Ponchatoula was the 1 seed. 2015, we were not though.
What's that?
2015, we were not the 1 seed.
No, we were like 3 or 4 maybe.
Okay. Next question. How do you get the team to respond after a tough loss?
Right. how do you get the team to respond after a tough loss? I would say that you got to rely heavily on your leadership within the team. You know, you got to have guys on the football team that manage the locker room, that manage the practice field. That hey, look, yeah, you lost the game, but you got to go out and play another game the following week. So I think it's really important to lean on your team leadership to make sure that the morale is there and that the focus level is there for the next week of preparation.
Well, you mentioned it. Talk about this year's senior class. They finished the regular season.
Right. Yeah, you're talking about another, I think we ended up at 34 seniors this year. It's an interesting senior class because you have, you've got so many different kinds of role players in this class, right? So they've been a lot of fun. They've been a group that trains hard. They've been a group that prepares really well. I've never had to worry about people missing practice or anything like that. So I think this group's been a group that's been one that takes care of each other. Maybe they're not super over the top talented like some of them that we've had that have come through. But they work hard every week and they prepare hard every week, and that's all I can ask them.
Okay, Coach Brew, in your coaching career, have you ever missed the playoffs?
Ever what?
Missed the playoffs.
Once. I had a bunch of season-ending injuries in my second or third year at Livonia as a head coach, and we went 2-8 and missed the playoffs. And oh Lord, that was one miserable off season. I can tell you that. I did not do well with that. I can promise you. So been very fortunate since then. We made a great playoff run there, and then here in Zachary, we're 12 straight. In Zachary, we're 12 straight round one home games. So that's pretty cool. We'd certainly like to keep doing that.
Next question. Dan, of course, has another great question. Every week,
Yeah.
your teams always seem to play at a different level this time of year. How do you get them to do that?
No, that is a great question. I wish there was $1 million answer that I could give you, Miss Ann. But I can tell you, I think the feeling as a whole inside our program is that week 11 just means something different, and the tradition that our players instilled a long time ago here says so, right? And so that every team that comes through, they understand the task at hand. They understand the skins that are on the wall already from previous teams, and it seems to ignite them to play a little bit better in the postseason. So that's all I can really tell you. I mean, I'm sure I'm a little different creature in the playoffs as well, but it's about, I can't go out there and play. I can't go out there and do anything except coach a game. It's, got to have players that are bought into that. So hopefully this is the next crew that amps it up to the next level as far as the playoffs are concerned. A great question. Thank you.
All right, Coach Brew. One more time, Coach of the Week, Player of the Week.
Yeah.
Just some thoughts on that, and then let's get back into Show-Salmen and the big one.
Right. I talked a little bit about Tyleek earlier, and I'll talk about it again for just a second. When you come into a program like ours, and you do a little bit of research on the program, sometimes it's hard for guys to feel like they can fit in. Sometimes it's hard for guys to live up to that standard. I think Tyleek is one of those kids that from day one really has just done everything we've asked him to do. He as soon as he got here, he started training really hard. He was going to play receiver this year at the school he was at before, and you know, we needed him to play running back, and you know, we sat down and talked with him about that, and he never batted an eye at it. He was just ready to go from day one, and when I talked about him being a great teammate, there's lots of people that throw that phrase around a little bit, right? But being a great teammate, it encompasses many, many different things. He's a humble guy. You know, he's humble, and he's got a great work ethic. There's been times throughout the course of the season, and nobody knows this, you know, where he had some ankle problems, you know, and he had a couple things that was just bothering him. It was hurting a little bit, you know, but it didn't change the fact that he came out and worked every day and pushed through that stuff. So obviously he shows great perseverance. You heard his GPA, it's very high. He's a guy that's absolutely going to play college football. And, you know, we're excited about that for him. He's been an awesome kid, a great addition, and I love being around him. And then you look at his position coach, Coach Cleve. Well, they remind me a lot of each other, right? Very, very humble guys, quiet guys, but just come and show up and go to work every day. And so to be able to have both of those guys entrenched in our program is awfully special. And he's a Zachary guy now, right? Tyleek is a Zachary guy now, and he handles himself that way. So it's a pleasure and an honor to coach him. As far as this week is concerned, ladies and gentlemen, we're entering the playoffs. We're entering week 11. We've got a home game in the Corral. I need you to come out full force on Friday and support these boys. It's going to be an awesome night. The weather's supposed to be great. Don't wait to see these kids play later on in the playoffs, because this is going to be probably our only home game, and we need to see you out there full force having a good time. So you've done it all season long. We appreciate the support, and we can't wait to see everybody on Friday night this week. Week 11 in the Corral. Go Broncos.